Hello and welcome to the next edition of my vintage Macintosh collection. What I have here received in the mail today is an original 1984 Macintosh 512K, the Fat Mac. That was the second edition of the original Macintosh that followed the 128K Mac. This Macintosh is actually in very good condition. It also came with a StyleWriter printer, but I have not set up the printer. It also came with all of the cords, some spare ribbons, some printer paper, a lot of software, and the original packaging with the Apple Systems Tools discs, the system disc, a guided tour disc, the original Apple rainbow colored stickers. The whole package was present for this original 1984 512K Macintosh. I've already had this on once, and it's a nice machine. The monitor is a little bit wonky, so there's some lines that are in the display, so the display may be starting to go a little bit bad, but the disk drive works fine. The system powers up. It comes up into the system, it runs the software, the mouse works, the keyboard works, everything is in working order. But as is to be expected for a mid-1980s Macintosh, like an original 128 or 512K like this one, or even a Mac Plus, or any of these toaster Macs, the black and white monitors may be starting to go, and that is indeed the case with this one as well. So why don't we go ahead and start it up. So the monitor comes up and it gives me a disk symbol with the question mark in it saying, give me some software to run, because there is no internal disk drive on these machines. So we're going to put in the system's disk, and then we're going to run some software on it, specifically the guided tour for all of us on YouTube. Okay, I'm going to try to hold this as steady as possible. I have the system floppy right here. Goes into the drive. Gives me the Happy Mac, and we go right on into the system. All right. Now this is just a system's disk. So on the disk we have the system folder and the utilities folder. So in the systems folder we have the system, the finder, and scrapbook file, clipboard file, font mover, and something called hard disk 2. So I don't know if there was ever a hard disk. I don't know if there was ever a hard disk in these machines. There might have been an external hard disk, I suppose. In the utilities folder, we have our installer and installer scripts. But if we actually go, and of course this is a 3.5-inch 440K floppy disk, okay, so 440K is not a lot of space. But we go about the finder, we're going to find that it's a 512K, so 512 kilobytes K of RAM, version 5.3, circa 1986 by Apple Computer, and that's all there is really to that. Okay. There's an alarm clock, a calculator. It's all part of the system. An alarm clock. There's the control panel, which is going to give us, we can set different background patterns, at least a couple of different background patterns, and a few other small little items there. Okay, so we will go ahead and close out. We will also eject the disk, which is something that does just fine as well. Alright, so we yank that out of there. And what we're going to actually do in order to start this guided tour is we're going to shut down. You can see the lines when it shuts down. It's going to give me the flashy disk thing, question mark thing again. We'll put the guided tour disk in. And there we go. Guided tour of Macintosh. Listen, experiment, and enjoy learning. So, let's just kind of go through it. Show me my electronic desk. So we have our guided tour disc up there. And it's just running through this by itself. Not touching the mouse. All right. So it's just running through a demo. And it's kind of going slow, at least for me. While it continues to run the guided tour, let's just have a look at some of the other stuff. It has the original Apple logo on it. Doesn't have any other notation as to what kind of computer it is, which tells us that it's either a 128 or a 512K from 1984. And it is a 512. And of course we have our 440K floppy disk drive. Here we have the old style phone cord keyboard cable. And the keyboard is in excellent shape. All of the keys are present. And we have the older style mouse with the one button. So it's in pretty darn good shape, with the exception of the little waviness, the lines in the monitor in the display, which tells me that there may be an issue there. But this isn't a machine that I'm going to be running a whole lot, or obviously not doing a whole lot with. This is mostly just going to be a static display, and it's going to remain unplugged and unpowered, but it is nice to know that it is a working system. And this takes us back to the roots of the Macintosh, right back to the very beginning in 1984. And that is that's an important part of computing history. And so a toaster Mac, one of the originals, like this one, is an important part of any Mac collection. So I'm glad that I was able to pick this up. I'm going to have this, well, here in a very special spot in my apartment, as opposed to the other machines that I have elsewhere. So this guided tour disc is pretty comprehensive, and that's only the first module, and I'm hoping that it's going to be taking us back to a menu here. So, you know, what's the Finder? Why do I have Windows? What else is in the menus? Time to play the maze, mousing around. Let me use my Macintosh. I'm ready to stop. So let's just do I'm ready to stop here. It's going to take the disk out, and we're going to go right back to our flashing question mark. Okay, and that is a Macintosh guided tour diskette. So we're going to go ahead and power down the system by just flipping the switch in the back, and that shuts off the monitor. And as we move back here, we see the complete system, less the printer that came in the package with it. And there it is. Original 1984 512K Macintosh, running operating system off of floppy disk and all software off of floppy disk. Back in the days of disk swapping and lots of it. So hope you enjoyed the video, and there will be some more coming. I've got one more machine that's due in any day, and hopefully we'll be putting that up on YouTube within the next couple of weeks or so. And I will see you then. Thanks for watching.